Every week it seems like there's a brand new Hillary Clinton scandal, and this week is no exception. So the FBI has recently uncovered 15,000 more work-related emails that Hillary Clinton either sent or received on her private server when she was Secretary of State. So they are now going to have to review all 15,000 of those. Now, additionally, more news surrounding the brazen corruption of Bill and Hillary Clinton has come to light regarding their foundation. So we know about the various pay-to-play deals between the State Department that Hillary Clinton ran and the Clinton Foundation, but now we're beginning to see the full scope of these pay-to-play deals and what really was going on while she was Secretary of State. So New York Post explains more than half of the private citizens who got FaceTime or spoke with Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State forked over bundles of cash to the Clinton Foundation, a stunning new investigation revealed Tuesday. At least 85 of the 154 non-government fat cats who got access to Clinton donated to her family charity or promised to back its programs either personally or through businesses or other groups, according to a review of State Department documents by the Associated Press. Combined, the donors shelled out as much as $156 million, with at least 40 donating more than $100,000 each and 20 shelling out more than $1 million. More evidence that the family's foundation doubled as a pay-for-play operation for those seeking access to Clinton, critics charge. So let me just clarify here. So these are all of the non-governmental individuals. These are private citizens that she met with. This doesn't take into account all of her official meetings with heads of state and actual government officials. This is just looking at the private citizens that she met with. Half of them are donors to the Clinton Foundation. Very, very revealing. Now, who are some of these mega rich donors, you ask? Well, we don't know all of them at this point, but there are some, and we actually know about the pay-to-play deals. So one of them is a famed economist who asked for her help as the Bangladeshi government pressured him to resign from a nonprofit bank he ran. So he met with them 3 times and asked the Clintons to help with his corruption investigation that the Bangladeshi government was waging against him, and the Clintons, quote, ordered aides to find ways to assist him. So again, this is someone who is running a nonprofit who is being accused of corruption by the Bangladeshi government, and Clintons are coming to assist him. Now, also, Clinton reportedly told the Bangladeshi government, quote, we do not want to see any action taken that would in any way undermine or interfere in the operations of the Grameen Bank. That's the bank that their donor ran that they were defending. Very, very revealing. Now, also, there is a Wall Street big shot who sought Clinton's help with a visa problem. So she attended a breakfast meeting with him one day, and the next day, she was helping him with an issue. Now, also, he donated $250,000 to $500,000 to the Clinton Foundation. We don't have the actual amount, but just know that he made a very sizable contribution to her foundation, and all of a sudden, she's helping him. Interesting. Now, there are also Estee Lauder executives who met with the Clintons while her department worked with their corporate charity, and also they were donors. There was the Slim Fast billionaire S. Daniel Abraham, who is a Clinton fundraising bundler and foundation donor, who was listed in Clinton's date books for 8 meetings with her at various times. So you have so many people donating money to the Clintons and getting access in return while she was Secretary of State. So again, this is terrible. They're donating to her private charitable organization, and then in return, that's influencing her decisions as a public official. This is corruption. This is exactly what we call corruption. And just so you know the extent to which the State Department and the Clinton Foundation were connected, well, reviews of the call log from Cheryl Mills, a State Department aide who later went to go on to work for the Clinton Foundation, well, there were 148 messages from Laura Graham, the COO of the Clinton Foundation, between 2010 and 2012. So why is it the case that the COO of the Clinton Foundation, who is supposed to be separated from the State Department, is calling up a State Department aide 148 times within the span of 2 years? It can't be that possibly she's asking for favors from the State Department of the Clinton Foundation donors, can it? Well, of course not. It's Hillary Clinton. There's nothing that she could ever do that could be considered as wrong, according to her supporters. So, this isn't suspicious at all. This is just a right-wing attack, right? No, it's not. And this is absolutely terrifying. This should be really scary to anyone who is worried about money in politics and is just generally worried about corruption and the integrity of our democracy. Now, anticipating the pushback I'll get from Hillary Clinton supporters, they're going to say, Mike, look, there are many nonprofit organizations that the State Department is going to work with. That's just part of the job. But no other individual or nonprofit appears in the logs with anything approaching the frequency or volume with which the Clinton Foundation does. This is indefensible. This is corruption. And there was a Washington Post article that actually tried to justify this, saying, oh, really? What this just shows is that people are going to make a mountain out of a molehill, because the real story here is just that many people wanted to meet with Secretary Clinton. Well, of course you're going to want to meet with the Secretary of State, so why is this even an issue? Well, let me explain to you why. If it's the case that that individual is donating money to a public official's private foundation, that establishes a direct conflict of interest. And the fact that she met with more than half of the private, non-governmental donors as Secretary of State, guess what that means? They're buying access to the State Department by donating to the Clinton Foundation. This is overt corruption. Overt corruption. And again, this is just this week's scandal. Next week, there'll be a whole new one, because Hillary Clinton, she cannot avoid scandals. Right-wingers are trying to smear her. That's true. They're coming at her with all of these phony scandals that are baseless. I mean, they're saying that her health is declining. They're saying that she's responsible for murdering people during the attack on Benghazi, which is not true. But this, however, this is not a right-wing smear. This is factual evidence that the State Department was allowing donors of the Clinton Foundation to get special access and was doing favors for them. Anyone who's a Hillary Clinton supporter needs to condemn this. It's inexcusable. I don't care if Hillary Clinton does it. I don't care if Mitt Romney does it. I don't care if Bernie Sanders does it. This is wrong unequivocally. There's no conditions for this. So this is absolutely terrifying, that the scope of corruption of the Clintons, it's just brazen. They don't even care, and they're just flaunting it in our face at this point. And I'm just excited to see the next revelation from next week, because who knows what's going to come out then.